Hello.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible and visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Great. Well, online class, offline class. Welcome to today's lecture. This is, I think, lecture number 14. Good morning,
Yes,
Abhiram.
sir.
Yes, beta.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, beta. How are you?
We are fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Uh, Let us begin today's class. I think in the last class we were discussing how to find out force from energy, energy from force. That is what the discussion was. And we had seen, if I go back to that class, we had seen how you can find out force if energy function is given. That is how force is the derivative of the energy function is the partial derivative of the energy function. So if you know how is energy of a particle varying, and if it is a conservative force, you can calculate the conservative force by finding out the derivative. I hope we all remember this. And if I remember correctly, I had given you some home tasks that you should note down the important points given in your sheet, in your theory sheet. Have you done it, everyone? Anyone? Everyone? I'd asked you to draw that curve and all that.
No,
You-
sir.
Okay, that's not a good thing if you have not done it. Anyways,
We
yes,
are from hostel, no, sir. So we don't have any mobile.
but it is not in the mobile. I think you have the notes in hard copy with you. You don't have notes in hard copy with
No,
you.
no, sir.
You have not received the notes. The note
No,
that
sir.
no, that's not a good thing. This note is already given to you in the form of hard copy. That is what I know. It is
No,
not
sir.
there.
We did not get it.
Have you received any notes in hard copy for
No,
physics?
sir.
Okay. Okay. I will find out why it is not there and I'll make sure that you get it. Anyways, if it is all not there, it is a fault on our part. And don't worry. In any case, we were supposed to discuss
Sir,
this. Yes, beta.
for work, power, and energy, we did not receive any notes, sir.
Okay. Don't worry. You can write it now. And the heading that you are going to write is obviously the potential energy curve. This is the potential energy curve. I think you have drawn this curve. Potential energy is plotted on the y-axis and the position of the particle is plotted on the x-axis. We had drawn this curve in the last class, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as you can see, there are points here, point B, point C, point D, and we have written that this is a graph plotted between the potential energy of the particle and its displacement from the center of the force. This is known as the potential energy graph. This graph shows the potential energy function or potential energy of the particle for a one-dimensional motion. So particle is moving along a straight line. If it is moving in space, then we like to draw three graphs. I mean, that is just let us just leave it at that. This is just a simple graph of a particle moving along x-axis. Its energy is varying along on the x-axis, and we have plotted the position on the x-axis on the horizontal axis and the energy on the vertical axis. And we know that the negative gradient of the potential energy minus du by dx, if you don't want to write it like this, you can write it as minus du or del u by del r is equal to your force. I am not writing the vector form because it will not look vector, because del u by del r is not going to give you a vector. The delta function is going to give you a vector. I'll not get into the math part of it. So please note it down from here to where the negative slope of this graph, you find the slope of this graph the graph that you have drawn, if you find the slope of this graph and you take the negative of that slope will give you the negative of that slope will give you the force acting on the particle. Am I clear? Can you note this down? I'll give you 2 minutes to note it down for everyone. And I hope you have seen the graph. If you want, I can enlarge it. You have drawn the graph already, right? I think you have drawn the graph. So just note it down. I'll give you 2 minutes to do it. Once you have once you have written this, please raise your hand so that we can move further. Potential energy curve. We are discussing the potential energy curve, the curve between energy, which is plotted on the y-axis, and the position, which is plotted along the x-axis. Now, we expect that if there is a question based on graph in this particular chapter, it should be, if it is a tough paper in NEET, it would come from this portion. Not many students, especially in NEET, do this because they find it difficult to understand, because it is more related to maths rather than related to physics. But I'll try to make you understand this one, because we have already done the maths part, and so it becomes easier for us to understand it. 1 more minute. I hope I've given you enough time to note this down. let us move ahead and understand a very important factor here in this for why we have done this, and that heading is nature of the force. How do you find the nature of the force? Looking at the graph is already there. I think you have drawn that graph. How do you find the nature of the force? Now, this force that we are dealing with, this conservative force, if you talk about gravitational force, it is always attractive, it always attracts. But if you talk about electrostatic force, it can attract, like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. So it can be attractive as well as repulsive. Even for spring force, it can pull as well as push, pull as well as push. So it can attract as well as repel. Gravitational force can only be attractive, it is never repulsive. It is still, we have still not able to find out a gravitational force which repels. But it can be attractive, it can be repulsive. How do you find out whether a force, conservative force, is attractive or repulsive? So here is the maths behind it. You just note it down and remember it. If you don't understand the maths, you can remember this part. When do we say that the force is attractive? No. If something has to attract, see, just look about the logic. Don't look at the maths part, look at the logic part. I have to attract someone, right? So that thing has to come close to me. That thing has to come close to me. That means you have to think about what happens when things are closer and when things are farther. When things are farther and things are closer, what happens to their energy levels? Now, for attractive forces, if you look at when you are increasing x, if the value of u, the potential energy increases on increasing x, if the value of energy increases, or the graph du by dx, uska curve, uska slope is positive, then f is negative. If f is negative, then the force becomes attractive in nature. So basically what you got to do is look at the sign of du by dx, or if x is increasing, if energy is increasing, then the force has to be attractive. Or you can say if x is decreasing, when x increases, u increases, or x decreases, u decreases, means energy is directly proportional to x. Increasing x, u increases, decreasing x, u decreases. In that case, du by dx, the slope is positive. Remember that maths wala concept of positive slope. Slope of u and x is positive. That means the force is attractive in nature. Do we understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this? The first point, when is the force, conservative force, attractive? When u increases, no, sorry, when x increases, that increases u, or when x decreases, that decreases u. Well, you have attractive force at our hands. You will write this from here to here. Now, first you write it, then we will see the graph BC, the portion of the graph BC. First you note this down, these two lines, note them down very carefully, very slowly. If you don't understand it, please ask me. I'll give you a minute. I hope you have noted down these 2 points. Now let us see where in the graph is this thing happening. So I'll just take you to the graph and you can see where is this thing happening in the graph. So where is this thing happening in the graph? And here the graph comes on your screen right now. What you have to see is when x increases, u increases, or when x decreases, u decreases. Here, while we are moving along the x-axis, x is increasing. So when x is increasing, u has to increase. Look at the portion of the graph where x increases and u increases. That will be the portion where the force is going to be attractive. This is point A, this is point B, this is point C. Let me call this point as E. Can you identify the portion where you think the force is attractive? Please let me know the answer. When x increases, u increases. When x decreases, u decreases. Look at the graph. Tell me where is that happening? Where is that happening in the graph? The graph is there in front of you. When x increases, u should
C,
increase.
sir.
Yes, beta. BC is the portion of the graph where force is attractive. Is that the only portion, or is there someone else somewhere else also?
C, sir.
C D, C to D, no.
E, D. E for
ED, yes, ED. So I have marked it by red. BC and ED are the two portions of the graph where when x is increasing, u is increasing, and we have attractive forces coming into the picture marked by red. I hope you understand this. Well done, everyone. Please note this down from the graph and we are ready to move ahead. That was about attractive force. When is the force attractive? Now, if you understood when is the force attractive, now you can tell me with common sense. With common sense, you can tell me when is the force going to be repulsive? When is the force going to be repulsive? Tell me, when is the force going to be repulsive? Wrong color. This one. When is the force going to be repulsive? So just reverse what we had done there. On increasing x, when x increases, if u decreases, when x increases, if u decreases, the slope of this graph du by dx is negative. That makes the source positive and it is repulsive in nature. From here to here, you can write it down. I'll give you 2 minutes. When x increases, u decreases. That is one condition. Or you reverse that condition. When x decreases, u increases. When x decreases, u increases. That is the place where the graph du by dx, the slope of the graph du by dx is negative, and there is where your force is repulsive in nature. To note this down, you have to note this down, this concept of repulsive force. I'll give you 2 minutes, and then we'll go back to the graph and see where is this force repulsive. 2 minutes. I hope you have noted down the condition when the force is repulsive, if x increases, u decreases. That is the region, that is the portion, that is the time where this force is repulsive. Now we are going to go back to the graph and see, and you got to tell me where is that portion occurring. And the graph comes now on your screen. Where is the force repulsive? And I will mark it by this fantastic green color. Where what region is the force repulsive? Attractive is marked by red, repulsive is going to be marked by green. Waiting for your answers. Look at the graph. See.
AB,
AB, that is correct, beta. AB. When you go from A to B, X is increasing, but U is decreasing. X is increasing. Forward, X is increasing. U is decreasing. And hence the force is have to be repulsive in nature. Is there any other portion where you see the same thing happening?
and E, sir.
C to E is the correct answer. C to E, another portion when you can see, where you can see when X increases, U decreases. That is what we are looking at. That is what we are looking at. C to E as well as A to B. Mark those two regions. That is where your force is going to be repulsive. I'll give you a minute to note it down. Attractive force, repulsive force. What is the next thing left? I hope you have marked down the region of repulsive force. Force can be attractive, bring it close, or repulsive, taking them away. Apart from that, what can happen to force? The third possibility is this. Force is zero. Zero force. What do you mean by zero force? No force acting on the particle. That means the particle is in equilibrium. The particle is in equilibrium. Net force acting on the particle is zero. Particle is in equilibrium. Newton's first law of motion. If a particle is at rest, it remains at rest. If it is moving with uniform velocity, it keeps on moving with the same velocity unless an unbalanced force acts. If there is no force, the particle is at equilibrium. If it is at rest, it remains at rest. If it is moving with uniform velocity, it moves with the uniform velocity, same velocity. That means on increasing x, u does not change. Du by dx is 0. Slope of the graph u and x is 0. Wherever that happens, force is 0. The particle is equilibrium. No force works. This is known as the position of equilibrium. So only three things can happen. Only three things can happen. If x increases, u increases. Attractive force. If x increases, u decreases. Repulsive force. If x increases, nothing happens. Well, it is the point of equilibrium or the force acting on the particle is equilibrium, is zero. I will give you 2 minutes to write it from here to here. 2 minutes. I hope it is clear to all of you. 2 minutes. I hope you have noted down the condition for equilibrium. All the force is zero. We'll go back to the graph and see where do you find the force as zero. The graph is there. Can you tell me at what all positions do you think force is zero? I'll mark those points by this blue or yellow color. Yellow will not look good. Which one will look good? Okay, this dark blue. Okay, where do you think is the force zero? Looking at the various points, you see the various points. Where do you think is the force zero? Am I audible and visible to all? Anyone in the class? No, so I got disconnected, I think. Am I audible and visible to all of you? Am I audible and visible to all of you now? Okay. I hope you can see the graph and tell me where is the force 0? Where is the force 0? Where is the force 0? So the points where just wait. You can see me now? Is the video okay now? I think there is a problem with the internet connection. It got off. Okay. So don't worry. It will be online. So I've just restarted it. So I think it would be better. You can see me now better? Correctly? Okay. Well done. Chalo. Let me repeat the question. We had seen that wherever du by dx is 0, I'll just take this off. Wherever du by dx is 0, the force is 0. That is the condition of equilibrium. The graph is in front of you. Tell me where is this equilibrium position? What are those points of equilibrium? Where are those points of equilibrium? Anyone? Where are the points of equilibrium? Abhiram, anyone in the class? I hope I'm audible and visible now.
B, C, D, sir.
B, yes. C, yes. D, yes. These are the 3 points marked in blue. Well done. Very well done. B, C, and D are the 3 points where this force is 0 because the graph, the slope is 0. These are the points of equilibrium B, C, and D. B, C, and D. These are the 3 points where the graph ka slope is 0 and the body is in equilibrium. Well done. Please note these points, everyone. And then we can move ahead with the problem. What I'm having is I'm having some network problem because of fluctuation in power. So the network went off. That was the reason. I tried to connect it through mobile. It was not connecting. So I'm just working it out. Don't worry. I'm here. Okay. Now, since we have, yes,
Sir,
yes, beta.
why not E, sir?
Yes, beta. Yes, 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 yes. Sorry. I missed that point. I missed that point. Well done. E is also the point of equilibrium. I did not say that. E is also a point of equilibrium. B, C, D, and E. Am I clear now? Sorry, I missed it. B, C, D, and E all are points of equilibrium. Do we understand this? I missed point E. Sorry,
Yes,
genuine
sir.
mistake. B, C, D, and E all are points of equilibrium. I'm going very slowly. My internet connection is not stable. The power is coming on, off, on, off. That is the reason it is not stable. Is getting switched on, switched off. Don't worry. Now this is what we are going to write. Now whatever we are going to write is basically not meant for you guys. It is basically for JEE mains and advanced. But I'll just give you an idea of the different types of equilibrium. There are three different types of equilibrium that we should know about, not in very much detail, but if you have an idea of the types of equilibrium, that is more than enough that you will ever require for your NEET exam. So if you can write it, it is very good. If you cannot write it, just understand from the diagram, the only question that you are going to get, the only question you are going to get in this topic. And what is this topic? This topic is known as type of equilibrium. This topic is known as types of equilibrium. The only question you will get in this particular topic will be based on a graph. I'll take you back to that graph. I will take you back to that graph. If you can just understand, where is the force attractive, where is the force repulsive, where is the force zero, and where is which type of equilibrium, that is all that you will need ever. You don't need everything that I am telling you. Just look at it, understand, so that you understand the meaning of what is there. The first type of equilibrium. Now, for any equilibrium, du by dx must be zero. Du by dx must be zero. That simply means force is zero. Only if the force is zero, equilibrium exists. We all understand it. For equilibrium, force has to be zero. Now, there are three types of equilibrium: stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, and neutral equilibrium. Stable, unstable, neutral. Now, what happens in stable equilibrium? What happens in unstable equilibrium? What happens in neutral equilibrium? I will try to explain it. And how I will try to explain it? I will try to explain it from this diagram, from the example. An example is the best way for you to understand this. Look at the example that you are seeing. Look at this ball. And I'll mark the ball differently. Look at the blue ball. This is the blue ball. Look at the red ball. This is the red ball. And look at the green ball. This is the green ball. Now, this blue, red, and green ball are the three types of equilibrium. If you can understand this, more than enough. You don't have to write all this, because this is all maths. This is not for you. Blue ball, green ball. No. Blue ball, red ball, green ball. Blue, red, green. BRG. That is what you need to understand. Now, what happens to the blue ball? Is everyone following me? Can I have some raise hand that everyone is following me? You can see that blue, because I'm worried about the internet connection. Do you all see me? Can you have raised hands that you see me? Everyone? Yes, okay. I'm just worried about the internet connection, nothing else. Okay, blue ball, red ball, and green ball. Now, what happens with the blue ball? So, whatever happens with the blue ball will be obviously written in blue. Now, if I remove, if I just displace the blue ball will go up, but it will always try to come back. If I disturb it, it will always try to come back to its original position. Even if I displace it on this side, even if I displace it on the other side, it will again try to come back to its original position. So what happens in case of a blue ball? In case of blue ball, that if I displace the blue ball always comes back to its original position. Am I clear? The blue ball always comes back to its original position. Blue ball always comes back to its original position. Am I clear? Audible, visible. I've changed the internet connection. Audible, visible. Everyone? Good. Okay, fine. You can see me all? The blue ball. Can you see the blue ball? If I displace the blue ball comes back to its original position. Am I clear? The blue ball always comes back to its original position. Am I clear? Blue ball, if I displace, the blue ball goes up, it will come back down. If I displace it here, the blue ball goes up, it comes down. Am I clear? The blue ball, if I move the blue ball, whether I move it on the left hand side or whether I move it on the right hand side, if I move it here, if I push it here, it will always try to come back to its original position. If I push it here, it will again try to come back to its original position. If I push it this side, since it is sloped on this side, it will come back. If I push it this side also, it will come back. Such type of equilibrium is known as stable equilibrium. Such type of equilibrium is known as stable equilibrium. You try to push it, it will come back. You try to push it, it will come back. You try to push it, it will come back. Imagine a pendulum. Do you know a pendulum? A pendulum is a thread and you have a small bob here. Pendulum, thread, small bob. If I move this small bob, it will again come back here. If I move it here, it will again come back here. If I move it this side, it will come back. That is stable equilibrium or the blue equilibrium. Do we understand this? Can I have some raised hand that we understand? Stable equilibrium. I'm waiting for responses from your end. Do we understand stable equilibrium? You disturb it, you move it, it will come back to its original position. The blue ball, bottom of the hill, bottom of the hill, bottom of the hill. You are standing on the bottom of the hill with a football. You push the football up, football will always come down. You push it up on this side, it will come down. You push it up on this side, it will come down. Bottom of the hill is the position of stable equilibrium. Do we understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this? Bottom of the hill, blue ball. It will always come back to the bottom of the hill. It will not go up to the top of the hill on its own. It will come back to the bottom of the hill. Do we understand this? Stable equilibrium. Waiting for your responses. Bottom of the hill, stable equilibrium. Now, if you understand stable equilibrium is the bottom of the hill, I'll take you back to the graph. I will take you back to the graph. Bottom of the hill is stable equilibrium. Bottom of the hill is stable equilibrium. Bottom of the hill is stable equilibrium. Can you tell me what are the positions of stable equilibrium here in the graph? Bottom of the hill is stable equilibrium. Can you tell me what are the position of stable equilibrium on this graph? There are 4 positions of equilibrium: B, C, D, and E. Which are the positions of stable equilibrium in the graph? I'm waiting for your answers. Which is the position of stable equilibrium in the graph? Bottom of the hill is the position of stable equilibrium, and if you can see the the bottom 2
Yes, sir.
positions. Yes, beta.
B and E.
Yes, that 2 are the positions of stable equilibrium. If the body is in that position, you move it on the right or you move it on the left, it will always come back to its original position. Such equilibriums are known as stable equilibriums. The body is stable, it will not go anywhere, it will come back. Do we all understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this, sir? Stable equilibrium is the bottom of the hill. Bottom of the hill is stable equilibrium. We all understand this? Yes or no? Bottom of the hill is stable equilibrium. Bottom of the hill is stable equilibrium. Now, if you understand that the bottom of the hill is stable equilibrium, we now move on to the red ball. The red ball. As you can see, the red ball is on the top of the hill. Red ball is on the top of the hill. As long as it is here, it remains here. Okay, I will not go anywhere. I'm here. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. But as soon as what? As soon as I push it, as soon as I push it here, it will never come back. It just goes down. There is nothing that is going to bring it back. On the top of the hill, you have a football. You push it down, it will not come back. It will just go down. You push it on this side, you push it on this side, it doesn't come back. It will not come back. It will just go down. Such type of equilibrium, top of the hill. Top of the hill. Such type of equilibrium is known as unstable equilibrium. Such equilibriums are known as unstable equilibrium. Something on the top of a hill, a football on the top of a hill, a body on the maximum potential energy. That is the position where it has maximum potential energy. But if I just move it from there, it will just go down. Such conditions, such positions are known as positions of unstable equilibrium. Do we all understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this, sir? Unstable equilibrium is top of the hill. Top of the hill condition is unstable equilibrium. Top of the hill is unstable equilibrium. Now, if you understand that top of the hill is unstable equilibrium, the graph is again on your screens now. The graph is on your screens now. There were 4 conditions of equilibrium, 4 points of equilibrium: B, C, D, and E. We now know that B and E are stable equilibrium. The question is very evident. Which are the points of unstable equilibrium? Which are the points of unstable equilibrium? And the answer is
C, D, sir.
C and D, very correctly. C and D, very correctly. C and D, very correctly, are the points of unstable equilibrium. What we have learned today. If X increases, U increases, attractive. BC and DE, ED are attractive. When X increases, U decreases, repulsive. AB, CE, repulsive. If X increases, nothing happens, equilibrium. B, C, D, and E, all equilibrium. If it is on the bottom of the hill, bottom of the hill, bottom of the hill, bottom of the hill, that means potential energy is minimum. Potential energy is minimum. You can see that graph. See, open your eyes. See, graph, minimum. Potential energy is minimum. If you disturb it, it comes back stable equilibrium. Potential energy is minimum. Potential energy is minimum. It is stable equilibrium. Look at the top. Look at the top. Here, the potential energy is maximum and hence the equilibrium is unstable. 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 You move it, it just goes away. You move it, it just goes away. You move it, it just goes away. Top of the hill. Am I clear with this? Everyone, please raise your hands and let me know. Stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, attractive force, repulsive force, equilibrium. That is what we have learned today. Am I clear? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this? And we have noted this down, sir. Potential energy minimum, potential energy maximum. We understand for stable equilibrium. Potential energy is minimum. For unstable equilibrium, potential energy is maximum. Can I have some raise hand that we have understood this, sir? Yes, I have raised hands. And then comes the third part, which may not be that important. Which may not be that important. Okay, class, I got your thumbs up. Which may not be so important, which it may not become, it is just out of your course. But still, if you have understood stable and unstable, you also understand this neutral equilibrium. The third type of equilibrium is neutral. Neutral, nothing happens. So it's on a flat ground. Flat ground. Flat ground is neutral equilibrium. You move it here or here, nothing doesn't happen. Neither it falls down nor it comes back. Neither it falls down nor it comes back. Neither it falls down nor it comes back. It just remains on the same level. In stable equilibrium, it goes up. In stable equilibrium, it goes up and hence comes down. In unstable equilibrium, it goes down and down and down. Does not come up. In neutral equilibrium, it remains on the same level. The energy remains same. So it does not go up, it does not go down, it remains on the same level. Flat surface. Flat surface is an example of neutral equilibrium. Do we understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we have understood this? This is all that we need to learn in this class. The concept of conservative force, types of equilibrium, where is the force attractive, where it is repulsive. One graph is what we have studied today, and if that graph comes, I can assure you that you should be able to do that question. One graph tells us all. Again, go back to the graph. If you understood this, you must congratulate yourself that you have done a very good job. This is difficult for NEET people to understand what is happening here. From A to B and from C to E, X is increasing, U is decreasing, repulsive force. From B to C and E to D, X is increasing, U is increasing, attractive force. B, C, D, E, slope 0, force 0, equilibrium. B and E, bottom of the hill, potential energy minimum, stable equilibrium. C and D, top of the hill, maximum potential energy, unstable equilibrium. This is all that we had to learn in today's class, and we have done our task for today. I will ask you to solve the problems that are given in this exercise just after this. I guess you don't have the sheet right now. I don't know why this is happening. This should not have happened. The sheet should have been there about 15 days ago. That's not a good thing from my part, and I apologize for that. The sheet should have been there with you. Anyways, there are sample problems given here, which we shall discuss in the next class if you don't get the sheet by now, by then. Problem number 31, problem number 32, 33, all some wonderful problems, core problems, and the entire concept of potential energy becomes absolutely clear in your head. If you can do this problem by your own, if you get this sheet by that time, good. If you don't worry. We'll do it in the next class. But till then, I think your next class is on Tuesday. Till then, have a nice day. Till then, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next class. The class is over. If you have anything that you want to ask, please ask. From my side, the class is over. If you have any doubts, please come up.